You see the title of this video and you might think, huh, that is a clickbait. Nope, no, not at all.
Gue suka cerita. Cerita apa aja? Dari mana aja? Dalam bentuk apa aja? Kalian suka cerita juga? Then come right in, cause that's what turi kata oge is all about.
Hi, welcome back to Turi Kata Oge. As many of you guys and probably others out there, I've come across quite a number of stories. I read books, I've read comics, I've watched movies and TV shows, and it is always a delightful experience when I get to see something that impresses me. And well, some stories do impress me, some others meh, and some others could be utterly disappointing. Well, about a month ago, I started reading this story and it completely blew my mind. And surprise, surprise, it's a webtoon series. The story is called The Boxer by JH. I believe his name in Korean is Jung Ji-hoon, and he's also the creator of The Horizon and Mosquito Wars. Something that I have to tell you guys is that the very last episode of The Boxer is already published for free in the English version since several weeks ago, and by July 28th, 2022, the access to read The Boxer in English would be limited. Nevertheless, I still think that this story is worth to talk about. And good news for you guys who speak Bahasa Indonesia or other languages such as German or maybe French or Thai, I guess. I think The Boxer is also available in those translations, so you can check that out in your language, and probably you won't need to use Daily Pass in order to read that. So what is the story about? To be frank, the lesser you know, the better. So what I'm gonna do is I'll read the summaries that are displayed for this story. In the Korean version, the Naver webtoon one, the summary for The Boxer would be translated to something like this. In search of a gifted boxer, legendary trainer K finds a bizarre boy. Is his shocking talent a blessing or a curse? Whereas in the English version, the summary would be like this. You've got the raw talent, or you're the underdog. But do you have the heart? Do you have what it takes? Let's see what you're made of. The real fight starts now. Well, first thing first, I don't really understand why they kept making the summary different from the original ones, but I'm not really complaining about this one. And as self-explanatory as the title is, this manhwa is going to revolve around the sport of boxing. And trust me, you don't need to have even an ounce of interest in boxing in order to enjoy the story. You know, me right here, have never given a single crap about boxing, but now I can never see boxing the same way before I read The Boxer. So, yeah. And by the way, please let me know if this amazing web comic would be available in printed editions, because I would like to have them in my collection so I could, you know, go back to them and read them and marvel at them. So, if you want to do me a favor, that would be great. Now I'll talk about the things that I love about The Boxer, and I will start with something that I think everyone could objectively agree on, which is the writing. The story starts really strong with the first 3 episodes. The moment I read those 3 chapters, I immediately knew that this story is meticulously written, well put together, and unconventionally structured. The way the author paces the story and how he titles the episodes, and also the way and timing he reveals things in the story are just absolutely brilliant. And I believe you will see that the author utilizes the platform and the system there, which is, Webtoon, really, really well in order to deliver the story he's writing. And as I continued reading, I noticed that the plot, the story, really goes in accordance with the summary. And, you'll see what I mean once you read it. And, as vague as the summary seems to be, it is so suitable for this particular story, and I love it. The other thing that I really love about this manhwa is also how the author creates the story. And one of them is how he put statements and questions that are correlated to the themes he's trying to explore in corresponding episodes, and paired with the panels and or occurring situations, it just gives you a whole experience. Plus, the sentences themselves sometimes read like poems. They're so beautiful. Just remembering them. Wow. They're just wow, And yeah, not only with sentences, of course, he also plays with the drawings. The author gives a lot of imagery that you could observe and then try to understand what he's trying to convey there. One other thing about the writing is that I love that he makes every episode precious, special. They will give you value. Even the hiatus special episodes is something that I would never regret reading. So that's what I love about the writing of this author. The other thing that I really find astonishing about the story is the themes. This is not just any sports comic, you guys. This is definitely something different. The author basically deconstructs things that are common in sports anime, sports comic, or shonen manga, and then explore those things in a more raw and realistic way. One of the themes that would be quite apparent in the first few episodes, I think, is talent and skill. And that was actually what hooked me to read the story, because I really appreciate the way the author explored these themes, and it feels more real, more acceptable. And obviously that theme is not the only theme that you will find here, so keep reading, and keep reading. Well, this story might revolve around boxing, but actually, guys, it's not. It's not just going to talk about winning against opponents in the ring. Well, actually, the readers are going to look at and ponder on life through boxing, which is really insane for me. That is definitely something that I had never ever imagined in my life. And so we're gonna explore a lot of themes, right? That has correlation with life. And please note that this author is known for being not shy to showcase harsh and horrid reality of the world and of our lives. So there will be some depictions that might disturb some people. So please be prepared for that. That being said, the author is going to walk us through to explore those themes, and we're gonna look at them through the stories of different characters. So in the story we will see a lot of different ways of thinking and people's philosophy on life, and of course on boxing itself. So with the themes that the author is trying to deliver through the story, I think The Boxer resonates with a lot of people, if not all of the readers, including me. And this story helps me to think about and acknowledge fundamental things that are really important in life. And this story also reminds me of the things that perhaps I already know or I once knew, and the things that I tend to take for granted. And how do I say it? It helped me understand it better. It kind of engraved them in my mind. And yeah, if you know, there's this phrase that is quite popular these days, right? Which is severe emotional damage. So the question would be, does this story give that kind of impact to me? No, not really. It's not a damage, it's more like a nourishment. Because I was left in awe for seeing something so complex and beautiful, though it's sometimes hard to accept, but it's the reality. And then the author kind of, shows me things that are really just astonishing, marvelous, and beautiful. This is definitely a story I'm really thankful for, grateful for. And yeah, that's all I can say for now about the themes. So while we're talking about the themes, I would like to tell you guys about a story. So I had this initial plan where I would make a video, a review video of The Boxer, which is this video, and then I would also make another video where I talk about the themes or the things that I learned from The Boxer. So there I would try to kind of elaborate the themes that I think the author is trying to portray, and also kind of talk about the characters of The Boxer. And the reason why I wanted to do that is because I think some readers kind of miss some important points of the story, especially from like the first half of the story. But then after finishing the whole main story of The Boxer, I don't think I really want to do that, At least for now, I don't think I will make that video. Well, I don't know. You let me know what your thoughts about that. So yeah, basically my wish is that people will read the entire story. Another thing that I would like to share with you is my regrets. So I've heard about The Boxer like since last year. I know people say that it's amazing, it's on some people's favorite list. Sadly, I didn't decide to read it right away because, given the genre of The Boxer, which is sports/action, at least that's what I initially thought about the story. I thought it would last until like, several hundred episodes, because that's the trend, right? With action comics, it would take years and years and years to finally wrap up the story. But clearly I was wrong. So when I realized that the story is about to end, I finally read it. I started reading it when the second last episode is released for free. So yeah, that's my mistake. It's actually such a shame, If only I had started reading it like 2 months or 3 months before, I think it would be a lot better and a lot more appropriate of a way to, appreciate this story. And you might argue that 1 month is more than enough to, read 100+ chapters of a comic. Well, yeah, but no. Because you would definitely not want to do that after reading this comic. You would not dare to do that after knowing what the story is trying to tell you. Because after reading this comic, you would definitely not dare to do that kind of stuff, you know. You wouldn't dare to read it like 10, 20 episodes a day. No. No. Also, binge reading it day after day doesn't really give me enough time to like ponder on the things that the author is trying to portray and deliver here in the story. It's just that I think I need more time to fully process what the themes are and what is it that it's trying to say to me, because I believe the author has deep understanding in what it's trying to say here. And I do really wish that I could, you know, spend much more time reading it. I wish I could have that chance of going back to the story and read it and think about it and read it again, because that's just how amazing it is. Regardless, I'm still very thankful that I got to read this astonishing, wonderful, beautiful story. And it's a story that I definitely will not forget. I am so thankful to the author. I will definitely read other works by J. Edge, but I think I need to set a proper date to read them, especially The Horizon, knowing, you know, having these precautions of the emotional turbulence that I would likely experience. So that is that, and yeah, that is it for this video. Thank you so very much for watching up to this point. I know this is such a vague review, and yeah, it's just me rambling, babbling about a sports comic, but yeah, well, yeah, that's it. I really thank you for every kind of support, any kind of support you give to this channel. Hope you guys have a nice day and keep the struggle going, keep moving forward, keep pushing, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.